young and restless, blasted us out of our boredom, literally with a loud buzzer, as Sharon and Phyllis were abducted and locked up in an abandoned mental facility. Intriguing, but as many have pointed out, a bit much when it's one kidnapping after another. Meanwhile, the Damien storyline kept our attention as he got to know Lily and Audra made a confession about Holden. Here's a look ahead and a fun pull. These two being trapped in a room together whilst under duress has been equal parts fascinating/entertaining and migraine-inducing. The bickering is wild. It's genuinely intriguing trying to figure out who abducted Sharon and Phyllis, and what their motive or endgame might be. Fans have likened it to an escape room or even the horror flick Saw, where a killer trapped two men in a room and put them through a series of challenges as a last shot at redemption. Worth noting, it was revealed at the end of the movie that there had been an easy means of escape available all along, and I have to wonder if that's the case here. If Farhan were actually able to call a truce for more than 30 seconds and work together, they might discover it. It seems as though the captor may want them to work out their differences, thus calling attention to their past showdowns via the riddles. Each time the women solve the puzzle, they also end up rehashing the old argument and putting it behind them. This suggests it could be someone who simply wants them to put their bickering to bed for good, but it's a tad extreme for that to be the case. This is why most assumed the reason for the abduction was more sinister, and suspected Ian Ward, the villain who recently survived a shooting, unbeknownst to anyone. What I will say is that this reveal had better involve a shocking twist. Fans have kidnapping fatigue, and a huge payoff is a necessity here. My favorite moment of the abduction so far: Sharon and Phyllis cuddled up on the couch asleep. I laughed out loud. Adam and Chelsea are back together, and while I can appreciate the idea of a romantic reunion, the characters feel isolated on the canvas, and the story hasn't worked since their ill-advised hookup in Baltimore. Soap fans want big moments, melodrama and electric chemistry, not conversations about chips and pasta. The writers are drowning their efforts in boring dialogue. As they've already agreed to try again, Chatham are not included in the poll of potential pairings. Audra and Nate survived her confession that she knew Holden, but her conversation with Sally left us certain there is unfinished business there, and Zulika Silver confirmed it. Damien seemed like such a pill at the beginning, it was hard to picture him with anyone, but he's growing on me now that I've seen him with Lily. It softened him, and they have a sexy, flirty dynamic that's compelling. Audra and Sally's conversation foreshadowed trouble ahead for the redhead as well. Not only is Billy lying to her about going after Victor, but his bond with Phyllis will clearly become an issue. Between Phyllis' dream and Billy's growing concern over her disappearance, the writing is on the wall. Sharon dreamed about Nick on Valentine's Day, and the interest has been there on her end for quite a while now. Will the latest kidnapping reawaken his feelings as well? Vote for your favorite potential couple in our poll below.